On the 11th of April, we are going to vote in a referendum to ban or keep spring hunting. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I first heard this, my initial reaction was to vote no. However, as time went on and arguments were presented, I felt that they were a bit too extreme, and I didn't really feel that I had the facts myself. And so, with the media having already stated its agenda, I kind of thought that, you know what, it's time for me to find the facts myself. Today, I'm here to meet with a friend of mine, a lawyer, to better understand what the law states with regards to hunting.
Oh, right.
Hello. So, Mela, lasciano.
Now, this is the European judgment that you asked me to find for you.
Oh.
It essentially establishes 4 things. 1, that spring hunting is legal in Malta by way of a derogation. Derogazioni, the exception to the rule. Spring hunting may be illegal in some parts of Europe, but for turtle dove and quail, the judgment makes it very clear that we can hunt them in spring. The second thing it establishes is that the reason why the derogation applies is because autumn is not a satisfactory solution. The third thing it establishes is that the birds we are concerned with are not endangered. The European Commission made the argument that those birds need to be protected, but the European judgment rejects this and says it's fine, those birds are of the least concern, we can go ahead and hunt them. But the most important thing that the judgment says is that the Birds Directive aims to reach a balance between the protection of birds and the protection of the hunters and their leisure activity. It says that putting down spring hunting, making it illegal in Malta, would essentially eradicate that sport. So that's why autumn is not an alternative. In other words, it would say that the balance of protecting the leisure activities of the hunters would be superseded by something the Birds Directive is not trying to achieve.
Malta, at one point, was in violation.
Yes, between 2004 and 2007.
Right.
The derogation applied, we were entitled to it, but we were in violation mainly because of an administrative issue. The season was too long, hunters were allowed to catch as many birds as they wanted with no limits, and the government wasn't reporting properly. So that's why we were in violation. It had nothing to do with the derogation not being allowed. Since the court ruling, the current legislation is in line with such a ruling, and the Commission has not objected. The balance that we sought to find has been found. Manish problema.
Okay, so let's move on to the referendum. Now, some people have argued, actually, that the spring hunting referendum would not put other hobbies or anything at risk or anything like that. Now, what are your thoughts on this?
This specific referendum deals with spring hunting and spring hunting only. But it tells the people something, that I can go and pick up 40,000 signatures from anywhere, and let's face it, we can get 40,000 signatures on any activity easily. And I can take those signatures to the government and say, look, Mr. Government, please listen to me. I have this concern. I have the backing of 40,000 signatures. Can we have a referendum about that? And there can be 2 types of referendum. One to take out a law and one to introduce a law, such as a ban, the introduction of a ban.
So, basically what you're saying is anyone can collect a bunch of signatures for anything, really.
Yes,
any
it
other
sends
activity.
out the message that you can do it for any activity practiced by any minority.
Okay, all right. Now, I just want to say, I mean, I know you, okay, and I know your father is a hunter. So,
He is.
So, aren't you being just a little bit biased?
I don't think so, no. It's true that I am very proud of my heritage and I identify with coming from a hunting family, but this is a legal interpretation I would have irrelevant of whether my father is a hunter or not, particularly because, you know, I want to put my father's mind at rest and I want to make sure I have an objective view on the law so I can get people to understand that this is what is legal and this is what is not.
So I am here in a dura and I'm with 2 hunters. This is Jessica and Niall. So you guys hunt?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you hunt?
نقضوا قميمة وسمينا.
Okay, just those 2.
إيه.
You don't shoot anything else?
لا.
Nothing else?
U hemm limitu wkoll ma nistax naqbdu kemm irridu. Kull ma nistgħu naqbdu ġiex gamimiet jew ġissuminiet kuljum, sa massimu ta' 4 fil-istaġun sħiħ. U l-istaġun kull mut 19 nofs ta' nar twil, ġiju qasir ħafna. Issa jista' jkun li jiena nkun għadni maqbadx asfur wieħed u jkun ingħalaq l-istaġun għax hemm il-limitu wkoll massimu għall-kaċċaturi kollha.
Now, this is the thing. Personally, what I'm thinking is, I could just kill as many birds as I like, and just show the police, oh look, I just have these 4. So, how is it actually? What are the rules in that respect?
L-enforcement hija stretta ħafna. L-għet kull asfur li naqbdu dak il-ħin stess nieħdu nibgħatu SMS u nikbuh fuq il-ktieb li jgħidu l-karnet de chasse. Prattikament nirrekordjaw kull asfur li naqbdu, mhux fir-rebija biss. U l-pulizija ġifieri jagħmlu ħafna spot checks. Is-sena l-oħra biss f'April fil-dak il-ġematej li ħriġna għamlu 5,000 spot check li hija ħafna ġifieri. Naħseb bħala Malta hija l-iktar post talija li hemm enforzar tal-liġi fuq il-kaċċa.
So there is a lot of sort of regulation and
Hemm ħafna, hemm
checking.
ħafna. Jaddu ġranet ma tarax asfur, ma tara ħafna pulizija. Fil-fatt dik iċ-ċajta ġifieri, naraw iktar pulizija milli għasafa.
Okay, so now you guys have jobs as well, right? So you work and you go hunting at the same time whenever you can. And I'm curious, Jessica, could you tell me what's it like being a girl in what appears to me, at least, to be a mainly male hobby? What's your experience in that respect?
Fil-ħodu hija normali, morru għal-kaċċa, mbagħad immorru għax-xogħol.
And what do you do?
Segretarja.
And what do you do?
I'm a project manager.
So you're not actually allowed to catch that many birds then? I mean, it's just 4. That's hardly enough for a whole meal, really, isn't it?
Well, I mean, jekk nirridu niklu ikla, aħna nagħmlu ġabra bejnietna u nagħmlu dik li tissejjaħ gamimata. Hemm min jagħmel fenkata, hemm min jagħmel majjalata, u aħna biex nagħmlu l-ikla tagħna niġbru l-asafar ta' kulħadd bħall-argument nitfawhom nippuljawhom u nagħmlu ikla waħda biex forsi jgawdih kulħadd.
And that's a gamimata.
Dik hija gamimata li jgħidula gamimata. Majjalata, fenkata, gamimata. Għall-argument tifhimni dik hija l-unika mezz li nistgħu nissodisfaw il-gost għall-gamim. Issa inti għada ejja naqra magħna fil-għalqa tagħna ħanurrik naqra dak li nagħmlu aħna fil-ħin tagħna liberu biex ingawdu l-kampanja Maltija.
In the morning.
Fil-ħodu.
What time am I going to wake up?
Aħna dejjem qabel ix-xemx kważi nqumu, però jekk inti trid nkun ħanim miegħek peress li m'hawnx kaċċa nistgħu noħorġu naqra ħin tan-nies.